here's what happens when a rookie gets his first taste of NFL action and decides to make history on the very first play. TreVeyon Henderson just announced his arrival in the most spectacular way possible. The New England Patriots absolutely demolished the Washington Commanders, 48-18 in Friday night's preseason showcase at Foxborough. But let's be honest, the story everyone will remember, that kind of explosive playmaking ability is exactly what Patriots fans have been craving, and Henderson delivered it in spades. But here's where it gets interesting. This wasn't just beginner's luck. The rookie also tacked on an 18-yard rushing attempt, proving his opening fireworks weren't a fluke. Meanwhile, Drake Maye continued building momentum in his development as the Patriots quarterback of the future. The young signal caller punched in a 5-yard touchdown run and completed 3 of 5 passing attempts for 12 yards across 2 series. Sure, he had a fumble that reminded everyone he's still learning, but that's exactly what preseason games are for, working through the growing pains while showing flashes of brilliance. This performance offered fans their first real glimpse of what the Patriots' offense might look like under the new leadership duo of head coach Mike Vrabel and offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels, who's returned for his latest stint in New England. Early signs suggest this combination could be something special, though we'll need to see more before drawing any definitive conclusions. The Patriots' defensive unit also made their presence felt. DJ James picked off Washington quarterback Sam Hartman, while Antonio Gibson provided a spark with a dazzling 62-yard punt return that perfectly set up backup quarterback Josh Dobbs for a 2-yard touchdown plunge. When your special teams and defense are creating short fields like that, good things tend to happen quickly. It was a good start, Vrabel said with typical coach-speak understatement, though you could sense his satisfaction with how his team executed. For Washington, the evening proved far more challenging. Jeremy McNichols managed to find the end zone for the Commanders' lone rushing touchdown, but quarterback Sam Hartman struggled significantly, completing just 9 of 19 passes for a modest 64 yards, while throwing that costly interception. Josh Johnson took over throughout the second half and performed considerably better, going 15 of 22 for 173 yards with both a touchdown and an interception. A mixed bag that highlighted the work still needed. But here's where this game recap gets controversial. Should we even be reading too much into these results? The Patriots' offensive explosion came primarily against Washington's backup players, and that's not by accident. Commanders coach Dan Quinn, coming off an impressive 12-5 season, an NFC Championship game appearance in his debut Washington campaign, made the strategic decision to rest a staggering 30 players, including virtually all projected starters and key veterans. That extensive list of inactive players included quarterback Jaden Daniels, backup Marcus Mariota, who didn't even travel due to a leg strain, and receiver Deebo Samuels on offense. Defensively, cornerback Marcus Lattimore and linebacker stars Von Miller and Bobby Wagner all watched from the sidelines. When you're missing that much talent, results like this become almost inevitable. And this is the part most people miss when analyzing preseason performances. Context matters enormously. Quinn's cautious approach makes perfect sense given Washington's recent success and championship aspirations. But it also means the Patriots were essentially playing against a JV squad for much of the evening. The night did provide Washington with valuable opportunities to evaluate their rookie talent. Offensive lineman Josh Connerly, cornerback Trey Amos, receiver Jalen Lane, linebacker Kane Medrano, and running back Ja'Cory Krosky-Verrett all got their first real NFL action. Amos and Medrano recorded some early tackles, showing promise for their respective futures. However, The Commanders' backup unit struggled with discipline and execution, accumulating 13 penalties for 98 yards in what Quinn diplomatically called a sloppy performance. The Patriots, by contrast, were whistled for just 2 penalties totaling 15 yards, a stark difference that highlighted the preparation gap between the two squads' depth players. All 3 phases, I thought it was sloppy tonight, Quinn said, clearly frustrated. They stacked, and that showed sloppiness to me. And then in practice was just the opposite. So that did not make me happy. When your backups can't translate practice success to game situations, it raises legitimate questions about depth and coaching consistency. The evening wasn't without its concerning moments. Maye, despite his overall solid showing, made a critical error that serves as a learning opportunity. Facing 3rd and 7 on the Patriots' opening series, he was flushed from the pocket and grabbed by defensive tackle Jer'Jon Newton. Instead of taking the sack like a veteran would, Maye attempted a desperation throw while being dragged down, resulting in a fumble recovered by defensive end Jacob Martin. I've got to do my part protecting the football, Maye acknowledged afterward. Can't do that. This kind of self-awareness and accountability suggests he'll learn from these mistakes, but it also demonstrates why young quarterbacks need these preseason reps to develop proper decision-making under pressure. Another pivotal moment came when Hartman had the Commanders positioned for their first red zone opportunity late in the second quarter. On 3rd and 3 from the 19-yard line, receiver KJ Osborne managed to create separation from defender Alex Austin. Hartman delivered a perfectly catchable pass over Osborne's shoulder, but the receiver bobbled the ball while attempting to secure the catch, resulting in an incomplete pass that killed the drive. In games this lopsided, those missed opportunities become even more magnifying. Injuries also played a role in the evening's narrative. Commanders cornerback Bobby Price left the game in the final minute of the first half after suffering a head injury when he crashed to the ground while defending a pass. Defensive tackle Viliami Fehoko walked off under his own power with a lower body issue during the third quarter. For the Patriots, wide receiver Jalen required medical attention and left for the locker room after a play in the second quarter. The game took place on a night that began with the unveiling of a bronze statue honoring Tom Brady, adding extra emotional weight to the Patriots' dominant performance. While the crowd's excitement was understandable, it's worth questioning whether this result tells us anything meaningful about either team's actual potential for the upcoming season. Looking ahead, both teams will get more realistic evaluations in their next preseason outings. The Commanders will host Cincinnati on August 18th, while the Patriots travel to Minnesota on August 16th. These matchups should provide better indicators of where both franchises truly stand heading into the regular season. So here's my controversial take. This blowout victory might actually hurt the Patriots more than help them. When you dominate backups this thoroughly, it can create false confidence and mask areas that genuinely need improvement. The real test comes when they face starting caliber talent. What do you think? Are the Patriots for real? Or did they just beat up on Washington's scout team? Should Quinn have played more starters to give his team better preparation? Or was his cautious approach the smart move given their championship aspirations? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I have a feeling this performance is going to spark some heated debates among NFL fans.